morning, guys. It's another beautiful day here in Washington State. Hope you guys had a Merry Christmas or a good holiday. Got to spend a lot of time with family. Got a couple of really cool gifts. And yeah, it was just a good holiday, good time. It's always good to spend time with family. So today, I wanted to do something a little bit different. Come on here and do sort of a tackle talk is the idea. It's kind of what I want to call it. I want to do a separate segment on the channel where I come and talk to you guys just like this and talk about gear, talk about tackle, talk about it doesn't always have to be fishing stuff either. I mean, it could be tools, knives, guns, whatever, cameras, you name it. Anything that interests me and I feel like will interest you guys. Plus, this is going to be a great creative outlet for me. I figured this is something I can do to keep myself busy in my downtime. My idea is that it keeps me filming. It gets me better at talking to the camera. It works out those ums and uhs and just like that. I'm really bad about saying Almost said it just there. So, what are we talking about today? What kind of tackle are we talking? Well, we're going to talk a little bit about swimbaits, and we're going to talk about rods, and we're going to talk a little bit about reels. Let's go ahead and start off with the swimbait itself. Now, this is one that Jake gave to me for Christmas. Thanks again, dude. I really appreciate it. Go follow him if you guys haven't already. He's got a great Instagram. He's always posting stuff. I think he just got back from California, so he was posting some stories from Yosemite National Park and stuff like that. It's pretty sick. So yeah, go give him a follow. Check him out. He's a great dude, always taking me out fishing, and hooked me up with this dope-ass swim bait. Alright, so the swim bait is by River to Sea. It's called the 168 S-Waver. It's 6 3/4 inches long, and it weighs 1 5/8 ounce. And it's a glide bait. And it works. It's a glide bait, and it really represents the rainbow trout that the bass forage on in a lot of the lakes that we fish. I haven't thrown this thing yet, obviously, but I've seen Jake throw it around earlier this fall. And he was actually getting rainbow trout to follow it. They weren't trying to eat it, they were just trying to swim with it, just trying to school up with it or whatever. It was crazy to see. And he said he's had a couple big bass follow this thing out from under docks. So I cannot wait to throw it in the spring and the summer. Especially the spring, this thing is gonna kill, I think. But yeah, that brings me to my next point, which is rods. Now, the heaviest rod I have is this Abu Garcia Vengeance. It's 6'9", medium heavy. And see, the heaviest it's going to throw is going to be an ounce lure. And that comes up just about an ounce short of what this bad boy weighs. So you see my predicament. I don't have a rod that's heavy enough to throw this bait effectively, I believe. So I've been looking on Tackle Warehouse, and I found what I think is going to be a good all-around heavy rod, meaning I can use it for multiple things. I can use it for swim baits, I can use it to punch, I can use it to flip, I can use it to frogfish, which is sort of what the rod was designed for. It is a Daiwa 7'4" heavy frog rod, on sale on Tackle Warehouse right now for $79.99. Looks good. I've read the reviews on it. All the reviews are good, and it can cast a lure up to 2 ounces. So that fits my price range and what I need the thing to do, how I need it to perform. So next we got reels. Now I own only 2 casting reels and 2 casting rods. That's got to change soon. So I don't have a frog set up. I don't have a braid set up. I've got on my heavy bait caster 15-pound fluoro, and on my medium bait caster I've got 12-pound fluoro on this reel. Now, this is a Abu Garcia Ultramax. It came with actually came with that Vengeance rod as a combo, and I love this reel. This reel's been good to me. For someone who's still really learning to use a bait caster, it is super forgiving. I don't have too many backlashes. It really lets me get away with some stuff. The other one I've got is the old Abu Garcia Black Max. This guy right here, this is actually one of the older Black Maxes. The newer ones are a little more compact and refined, but this is still a nice reel, for sure. So I thought about getting a brand new reel. Like, I thought about getting, the one I had in mind was a Daiwa as well. It was a CC80 HSL, whatever that means. And that one was coming in at $59.99. So it's still on the table, but it's between that and finding myself an Abu Garcia. I know the Abus work really well, but I want something that's a little bigger and a little heavier. And the Daiwa seems to be perfect on both those points. So I don't know exactly what I'm going to do yet. We'll see. I'll let you guys know. But right now, for sure, that frog and rod from Daiwa is probably going to be ordered within the next 24 hours. So the last thing I wanted to talk about was some gear, some tools. Starting with the thing that I was most excited about to get for Christmas. Thank you, parents. You guys knocked it out of the ballpark on this one. This is a Work Sharp knife and tool sharpener. This thing is badass, guys. It's got 2 different guides on here for a myriad of different knives. Now, I collect knives. I've got a lot of knives. I love knives. And I usually use a whetstone to keep them nice and honed and sharp. But this thing right here, this Work Sharp, makes my life 10 times easier. It sharpens, I mean, look at, first of all, it comes with preset guides. Focus. You get your 50-degree knives, your scissors, serrated knives, and there's little magnets in here that hold your blade up against the guide to make sure you get a perfect pass on the belts. And then I've got the fillet/kitchen knife guide here for 40-degree knives. And this thing works perfect. My fillet knife right now, I could use that thing to shape my face, no joke. It is razor sharp. And it only took probably like 5 minutes to get that thing that sharp. You run it once to the medium grip blade, or twice, depending on the knife, and then hit it with the buffing, or the honing blade, or honing belt. I'm sorry, not blade, but belt. Hit it with the honing belt, and that just takes it to a whole nother level of sharp. So I'm really, really excited about this, and you can use it on anything from knives, scissors, hatchets, axes, any kind of tool, edged tool, you can really use it on. So I'm gonna get a ton of use out of this. I'm gonna get a ton of life out of it because they're made tough, they're made in the States, and it's just an all-around great product, and I'm super excited to have it. It was well worth the wait, because I was going to buy this myself, but yeah, thanks guys, thanks again. Alright, well, I think that's going to wrap up today's episode of Tackle Talk, episode number 1 of Tackle Talk. I feel good about it. I will get better at the ums and the uhs, and I will continue to expand my knowledge on bait casting reels and swim baits. two things I know very little about. I can talk to you about gear ratios a little bit, but beyond that, I don't really know. Always learning. Always learning. Okay, thanks for watching. If you are watching, if there's anybody left in there, hope you had a good Christmas, like I said, and I hope you have a good, safe New Year. Have fun. Drink, smoke, be merry. You know, do whatever people do on New Year's. Me, I'll be here. Maybe I'll make a video for New Year's. Who knows? Alright, guys. Have a good one.